Hello friends, welcome back to my channel again. Today we are going to talk about the function of p53 protein. So first of all, before going into the function, we must know what is this p53. p53 is a protein. There is a gene which is called TP53. Okay, this gene makes a protein which is called protein 53. The name is p53. So these proteins generally control the cell division. So in this lecture we are going to looking for what this normal p53 does and what happens when this p53 gets mutated. Okay, when there is a mutation in p53, what happens to the cell, and when it is normal, how or what function it do. Okay, so the normal p53, it's also called it anti-cancerous gene, the p53. When there is a damage in a DNA, the cell, or there is an abnormalities, or there is a hypoxia conditions in the cell, what this p53 does is it arrests the cell cycle. We know what is cell cycle. There are number of phases in cell cycle: G1, S, G2 and M. Okay, S is the phase where there is the synthesis of DNA happens. But what this p53 does is the p53 arrests the cell cycle in G1. If there is something wrong, or if there is a damage in the DNA, it arrests the cell cycle. Instead ये कहते हैं कि चल भाई आप वापस जाओ, G1 में ही आप S phase में नहीं जा सकते. You cannot go to the S phase because there are some damages or there is some abnormalities in the DNA. First go and correct it and come back again. I will pass you through G1 to S phase. Okay, so what does it do is it arrests the cell cycle, and if the repair can do, it repair in the G1 phase, the DNA can be repaired and the cell cycle again restart. If we cannot repair that, this p53 regulates, or it can give, or ये कहते हैं कि आप cell apoptosis हो जाओ. It can say the cell should be programmed cell death, ताकि so the unwanted or so the damaged DNA cannot pass from G1 to S phase or from next cycle of the cell cycle. When the cellular damage occurs, the p53 actually arrests the cell cycle unless the damage is repaired. If the damage cannot be repaired, it occurs apoptosis, program cell death. उस सेल को ही क्या करते हैं, ख़त्म कर देते हैं, ताकि एबनॉर्मलिटीज़ पूरा सेल में या ऑर्गेनिज्म के बॉडी में ना फैल जाए. So coming to the mutated p53, if there is a mutation in the p53 gene, what it does, there is abnormalities in the cell cycle, the DNA is damaged, cell cycle abnormalities, there is a hypoxia condition. The p53 क्या कहते हैं, मेरे पास तो कोई चारा नहीं है, the cell cycle remains continue. Cell cycle remains continue रहने से क्या हो जाएगा, सेल साइकिल एक ऐसी चीज़ है जहाँ सेल डिवाइड होने के लिए बहुत सारे एक फेज होते हैं, 11 आवर्स, 12 आवर्स, 5 आवर्स, ऐसे G1S, G2M पूरा ये, तो एक साइकिल यहाँ पे क्या हो जाते हैं, एक सेल डिवाइड कर जाते हैं. ओके, सो अगर ये p53 में if there is a mutation in protein 53, the cell cycle remains continue. It doesn't arrest the abnormalities in the cell cycle and the cell become cancerous. So the mutated p53 does not arrest the cell cycle. The damaged cell continues to divide, which may result in cancer. आप हैरान होंगे कि कैंसर क्या चीज़ है. कैंसर इज द अनवांटेड ग्रोथ और अनवांटेड डिवीजन ऑफ सेल. जब कोई सेल डिवाइड होते जाएगा जिसमें कोई एबनॉर्मलिटीज़ वाला हो, जिसमें जब कोई एबनॉर्मलिटीज़ हो तो वो सेल डिवाइड होते जाएगा, उसी को हम क्या कहते हैं, कैंसरस कहते हैं। थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग इट, थैंक यू सो मच।